but I just steal their content basically. It's free range. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, and let me full screen this. It is that time of year. We're talking 2022 free agency predictions. March 14th is when free agency opens up. March 16th is when guys can start signing with teams. But first, I've got a few articles, and this one just won't stop loading. This is one free agent prediction for every team. I'm going to be reacting to that. But this first one, 15 bold predictions for the 2022 offseason, featuring all of the top quarterbacks. Let's take a look at this. Jimmy Garoppolo traded to the Commanders. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday I saw a headline on my news feed and I almost threw up. They were saying the Commanders would be willing to give up the 11th overall pick for Jimmy Garoppolo. I would not trade a third round pick for Jimmy G. Nothing against the dude. I hate quarterbacks like Jimmy Garoppolo. You're average, you're okay. That's why people ask me as a Browns fan, they're like, would you take Jimmy G over Baker? I wouldn't. I think Baker has a higher ceiling than Jimmy G. Nothing against Jimmy G. He's been to a Super Bowl. He's beaten Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs, but that goes to show you how meaningless QB wins are if Jimmy G with those stat line. Go look at Jimmy G's stat line against the Packers this year when he beat them in the playoffs. It's crazy. But yeah, no, this makes sense. Jimmy G to the Commanders. That is the team. Like, if I'm Terry McLaurin, I would just be like, there's zero chance I'm resigning with you if you get Jimmy Garoppolo. There's zero chance. There's none. 11th overall pick for Jimmy Garoppolo. You know how... If you're San Francisco and you can get the 11th overall pick, because I think that's where the Commanders are picking. Oh my goodness. Von Miller back with the Rams. That one's obvious. You just won the Super Bowl. There's a lot of good feelings. Such a good marriage between Miller and the Rams. They expect him to return. Steelers trade up for Kenny Pickett. I heard there were reports that the Steelers actually like Malik Willis, the quarterback out of Liberty, ahead of Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett, it's an interesting fit in Pittsburgh. He's from Pitt. He played his home games at frickin' Heinz Field because Pittsburgh University doesn't have a legit stadium. Maybe they trade up for him, although I did hear I'm not a fan of Kenny Pickett personally. I think I have him as my QB5 right now, behind Carson Strong, Malik Willis, Matt Corral, and Bailey Zappi. He's my QB5 right now. I'm not too high on him. Derek Carr to the Panthers. I would frickin' hang myself if I was Derek Carr in this game and this happened. Actually, you know what? The Panthers, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Christian... You know what? Let me apologize to the Panthers. It's really Sam Darnold. That's who's really bad. The Panthers actually have legit weapons when you're talking about DJ Moore has got to be one of the most underrated players in the NFL right now. He really does. When you're playing with such a bad quarterback like Sam Darnold, you become irrelevant as a receiver. And that's what happened to DJ Moore, unfortunately. He did have a few phenomenal games. I had him in fantasy, and he was just like, oh my goodness. The first 4 weeks, DJ Moore was amazing. Robbie Anderson, kind of more of a deep threat. I don't like those type of receivers, but still he's a decent receiver. And then you've got Christian McCaffrey. Hopefully he can be healthy. Let's hope he can be healthy. Of course, landing a big-time quarterback in a trade won't be easy, but one way or the other, it's looking like Carolina can be I wonder what they would give up for Derek Carr. Well, first-round pick? Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Derek Carr, but it would be at least a first-round pick. Stephon Gilmore signs with the Jets. That's interesting. You think at this point in his career, Stephon Gilmore would want to go ring chasing, but maybe he wants a bunch of money. For the Jets, it really doesn't make much sense. Stephon Gilmore is like 32. But maybe the Jets are like, you know what, we can make the playoffs, whatever. I don't know. Vikings and Browns swap Kirk Cousins for Baker Mayfield. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, so you're talking Vikings. I don't know what the Kirk Cousins contract is, but I know it's a multi-year contract left. So if you're the Browns, you're getting Kirk Cousins, but you're getting him for multiple years, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Personally, I would want Cousins to have maybe less years left on his contract because he is a little bit older. It says Kirk Cousins only has 1 year left. This is a perfect trade then. Actually, I don't know why the Vikings would do this. Maybe the Vikings want to get younger. It's interesting. I mean, it's almost like kind of redundant. But if you're the Vikings, you want to get a younger quarterback. You've got that flexibility to where if Baker Mayfield's a bust, He's not under contract. Browns, as a Browns fan, Baker Mayfield for Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins only 1 year left on his contract. That's kind of attractive. I'm not huge on Kirk Cousins, but I think he's like QB 11 right now in the NFL. That's where I would rank him. And if he's only got 1 year left on his contract, that'd be interesting. Calvin Ridley to the Jets. Calvin Ridley is an enigma. The Atlanta Falcons are the NFL's most interesting team. Guys, Google Matt Ryan contract. I think he's $58 million against the cap. The Atlanta Falcons. It's crazy. That rebuild is crazy right now. But Calvin Ridley, what can they actually get for Calvin Ridley? He had all the mental health problems. Traded to the Jets, that gives a young quarterback more weapons. I like that. I like that a lot. But what are you going to give up for him after the mental health stuff? It's tough to gauge his value. Would they give up? I mean, I know the Jets have two, top 10 picks. I don't think they'd give up top 10 picks for him. I really don't, due to this stuff like that. Cardinals use franchise tag on Chandler Jones. Agreed with that 100%. Perfect guy to use the franchise tag for. Chandler Jones had kind of a weird season where he had like one huge game in like week 2 and then didn't really do much. Although you do get pressures. These pass rushers get a lot of pressures and we don't notice it. Marcus Williams signs with the Lions. That's whatever. Texans released Deshaun Watson. One of the easiest NFL offseason predictions for 2022 is that Deshaun Watson will not be with the Texans. Of course, it's hard to know where he'll end up. Houston would prefer to trade him. There's no way they release Deshaun Watson. Unless he's in prison, right? Now, what? Why would they release him? If he goes to jail, there's no reason to release Deshaun Watson. If you're Houston, this clears up. You can trade Deshaun Watson for 2 first-round picks. Houston would prefer to trade him, but it won't be easy with so many other quarterbacks. But if Watson's off-the-field issues get cleared up, you're gonna get a lot for him. You're not gonna release Deshaun Watson just because he has off-the-field problems. Packers cut Za'Darius Smith. How much can they save by cutting him? It's not going to feel good for the Packers, but it's something they have to do. Green Bay is in salary cap hell. Their situation is dire. Aaron Rodgers is not going back to Green Bay, guys. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, they're a mess. This does seem like a good fit. The Giants are so desperate for an elite quarterback right now. I think they pulled the trigger and trade a bunch for Russell Wilson. Michael Thomas to the Raiders? That's interesting. That is interesting. I'll say this. If they keep Derek Carr and trade for Michael Thomas, and you've got Darren Waller, I like what I'm seeing. And Hunter Renfrow. Yeah, that's decent. I like that. Packers they're going to re-sign him or use the franchise tag on him. Because that's different. If they re-sign him to a multi-year deal, that's interesting. Aaron Rodgers traded to the Broncos. I just don't think the Broncos are the best fit for Aaron Rodgers. I think the Colts are a better fit if they get Devontae Adams. I think the Browns are a better fit because they're going to be getting receivers. And I think the Steelers are a better fit just in general than the Denver Broncos. But Aaron Rodgers does have connections to the Denver Broncos. So that is that article. This is the exact same thing. I don't know why I did that. But here's one free agent prediction for every team. So I should be able to do this faster. Let's just rapid fire this. Let Chandler Jones walk. I think they'll use the franchise tag on him. How much is his franchise tag? Oh, $14 million? They're going to use the franchise tag. Atlanta Falcons sign Cedric Wilson. The Atlanta Falcons, NFL, like I said, they're the most interesting team in the NFL. What do you do with Matt Ryan? Oh my goodness. They get Cedric Wilson. Good for them. That'd be a good little pickup for them. Let Calais Campbell. Calais Campbell already said he's not retiring. So Calais Campbell would be a free agent. He finished with only 1.5 sacks, but he did say he's not retiring. That'd be an interesting pickup. A veteran, Calais Campbell, coming off a bad season. You could get him cheap. Emmanuel Sanders was pondering retirement the last time. The last Emmanuel Sanders news I heard, he was pondering retirement, folks. So they might just let him walk. Actually, you're right. Isaiah McKenzie. What was that one random game Isaiah McKenzie had where he had like 12 catches or something? You guys know. It's like at the end of the season. Let Stephon Gilmore walk. Yeah. Let Allen Robinson walk. I hope the Browns get Allen Robinson. Please. 2-year contract. Get Allen Robinson. Big body target. Draft Garrett Wilson in the first round. Now you've got Allen Robinson and Garrett Wilson. Allen Robinson is going to be a discount for someone. He's still a good receiver. He was in a tough situation. I am a believer in Justin Fields, but still, a rookie quarterback, that's tough if you're a receiver. Cincinnati Bengals, re-sign Riley Reif. Cincinnati Bengals draft 10 offensive linemen. They're going to make, the Cincinnati Bengals are going to make a huge effort. I saw today on ESPN, they were comparing Joe Burrow getting hit to what Andrew Luck got hit, in his time with Indianapolis, and we know Andrew Luck ended up retiring because of the hits he took and stuff. So Cincinnati, oh my God, they're going to sign every offensive tackle they can. Oh, I would love this. Re-sign Jadeveon Clowney. Underrated. Excuse me. Jadeveon Clowney has become underrated, guys. He's actually really good against the run. Clowney vastly outperformed 1 year, $8 million. 16 defensive end currently have an average $13 million per year. Maybe a 3-year, $36 million for Jadeveon. That's what I would offer Jadeveon Clowney. 3 years, $36 million. Let Leighton Vander Esch walk. Whatever happened to Leighton Vander Esch? He had such a nice start to his rookie year, and it just never worked out. Let Melvin Gordon walk. Yeah, Melvin Gordon actually had a decent year. He still has some explosiveness. He had some explosive players. But yeah, I'm all in on Javonte Williams. It makes sense to let him walk when you got the young. Wow, here's another one. Sign Marcus Williams. They really think the Detroit Lions are going to sign Marcus Williams. Let Devondre Campbell walk. Boy, they're really... This one, That is, they're really reaching towards the bottom of the row. Houston Texans, sign Andy Dalton. Oh, my goodness. You got to feel for Houston, man. You really do. Replace Eric Fisher. How old is Eric Fisher? 32. Yeah, I would not. Well, if you're going to re-sign Fisher, it's got to be a 1-year deal. $37 million in cap space. This is why I say the Colts should go get Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. Tell Aaron Rodgers, we're getting Devontae Adams. You come as a package deal. We have the cap room. We can make it work. But Eric Fisher, I wonder what Eric Fisher would want. Like $8 million over 1 year? I mean, if he's 32? How is Eric Fisher already 32? Wasn't he like the number 2 overall pick back in 2014? Re-sign Cam Robinson. Is Cam Robinson having a good year? Or is he having a good career? Jacksonville could... This is who I had Jacksonville taking in my mock draft. Akeem Okwanu. Beast. Looks like Orlando Pace. Let Tyrann Mathieu walk. I've heard they're going to do that. That's what I've heard. He's going to want a lot of money. Re-sign Marcus Mariota. Whoop-de-frickin-do. Re-sign Mike Williams. Mike Williams, not my type of receiver. Not like he's a receiver I would never draft in fantasy just because he's so inconsistent. I just don't like those type of receivers. Let Odell walk. Well, the dude has an ACL injury now. Sign Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette, kind of underrated. He's a good running back, and he can catch passes. What is the Miami Dolphins running back situation? Could you imagine Leonard Fournette in a Dolphins jersey? He likes Florida. He would go from the Buccaneers to... You know what? How unique would that be if Leonard Fournette signs with the Dolphins? Jacksonville, Florida. Tampa Bay, Florida. Miami, Florida? Boy, they love this dude. Holy crap. Teron Armstead. Teron Armstead is... The Saints are $76 million over the cap. Nearly $30 million deeper in red than the next team, which is Green Bay. The Saints are paying so many players so much. What is going on with Armstead, though? If they let him walk, will they save a lot of money? I'm guessing. That's why they're going to do it. Let Nate Solder walk. Yeah, another veteran. Okay, this article is boring. It's just a bunch of... Dude. Okay, Pittsburgh Steelers reluctantly let Juju Smith... This article is just releasing a bunch of veteran guys. I should have read this over. Re-sign Lincoln Tomlinson. He's a decent guard. I like that. Sign Jameis. Basically re-sign... Yeah, they would have... Tampa Bay. Rashaan Evans. He was a first-round pick. What a miss. Another Bama bust. Another Bama bust. Re-sign Ryan Fitzpatrick, dude. Terry McLaurin, please leave that franchise, sir. The Commanders, dude, they're deciding, do we trade our first-round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo, or do we keep Ryan Fitzpatrick? I would be out of that franchise if I'm a receiver, man. I'm done. Curtis Samuel just took the money. There's no other reason Curtis Samuel could have, there's no other explanation for why he signed with the Commanders other than they paid him the most. It makes no sense. The Commanders are going to trade their 11th overall pick for Jimmy G? Dude. You got to be kidding me. But that's just some interesting stuff. Where's the Chris Godwin predictions? Where are the... You know what? Let's actually find an article that has actual predictions. Okay, I found some legit predictions here. Bengals sign Armstead. Makes sense completely. Makes sense with Joe Burrow. Broncos... Ooh, I like this article. It's a little zazzy. Broncos get Jameis. Oh, I like this article a lot. Ooh, me likey. Cardinals signed C.J. Jackson. He's a beast. He's going to get a lot of money. He's a free agent. He literally had one of the best years you could have in a contract year. Chargers signed OBJ. It's tough with OBJ. Chiefs signed Juju. This dude's just throwing around. This dude just threw stuff at a dartboard. Yes. Yeah. Think about it. They trade for Aaron Rodgers, but then they also signed Devontae Adams. Dude, the Commanders now they're getting Carson Wentz. So I've seen 3 predictions for the Commanders. Jimmy G, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Carson Wentz. This team, you got to feel bad for their fans. Grady Jarrett, the big boy in the middle, signs with America's team. Ooh, the Dolphins get Cordero Pat. I love this article. Eagles trade for Calvin. That makes sense. They have tons of draft capital. That makes sense. Calvin Ridley and Devontae Smith are kind of similar, though, but it seems like Calvin Ridley's more of an intermediate type receiver, maybe a little bit more like Jamar Chase. Devontae Smith is more down the field. That's interesting, but I do think they need to upgrade from Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is just not the thrower of the football that you need. The Jaguars? Oh, yes, this would be great for Trevor Lawrence's development. It would be. Jets sign Allen Robinson. I can see it. I can see the Jets getting desperate, being like, we need someone. We need a big-bodied target for our young quarterback. The Lions trade for Michael Thomas. Maybe they draft a quarter. Wow. I like this. Michael Thomas and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Marcus Mariota finds a starting job. People seem to be high on Marcus Mariota right now for some reason. Packers draft a quarterback. The Packers are a mess. I guess they don't like Jordan Love. That was kind of their replacement for Aaron Rodgers. It's a disaster. Aaron Rodgers is leaving Green Bay. Wow. Panthers trade for Jimmy G. I hope it's not a first-round pick. Braxton Berrios signs with the Patriots. That is a perfect fit. Small white receiver goes to the Patriots. Absolutely. Oh, I like this. I like this article a lot. Raiders trading for Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks, one of the league's most underrated receivers. Absolutely. Not talked about enough. Rams sign Melvin Ingram. That would be, what if they re-sign Von Miller? What if they wouldn't need Melvin Ingram very much. Ravens sign Tyrann Mathieu. That would be a great signing for them. Seahawks bring back Frank Clark. What a bust of a contract that was. Frank Clark signing with Kansas City. Yeah, he's going to get cut by Kansas City. That'll free up money. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, my goodness. Oh, how much money would the Falcons have to eat if they could actually trade Matt Ryan? Are they going to talk about... They're not even going to talk about Matt Ryan's contract. I might have to look up Matt Ryan's contract right now, I swear. The guy is literally $58 million against the cap. Texans signed James Conner, okay. Titans signed Von Miller. I see him staying with the Rams. But nonetheless, this was a really nice article. Ooh, we've got some predictions. Look at this, guys. You see this? Tom Brady addresses comeback rumors. Folks, you want to know the inside scoop on Tom Brady? He'll be back, by training camp. It's a total joke. It really is. Seahawks DK Metcalf undergoes foot surgery. DK Metcalf, what is his contract situation looking like? Ben Simmons hasn't talked with Joel Embiid since trade. I don't think Ben Simmons has talked with Embiid since last year. Cold war between Durant and Harden. James Harden will opt in for a second year with the 76ers. So James Harden is already coming back next year with the 76ers? Tom Brady, dude. Tom Brady is coming back. It's a joke. I'm telling you, I'm first to the news. I was the first one that reported he was retiring. Now I'm saying he's coming back. by training camp. His wife got pissed. She said, "You need to retire. I'm sick of it." She was on her period or something. And he's like, "Whatever, I'll do it, and then I'll come back." It was a complete sham retirement, guys. That's going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.